Hello. In this segment, I would like to share with you a brief description of several qualitative research approaches. The purpose of your project determines the approach you take in your research design. The first approach I want to share with you is phenomenology. A phenomenological study is one in which you wish to explore the lived experience of one or more people. That is, you want to know more about how someone experiences the world around them. You are investigating a particular phenomenon and what it means to others. In-depth interviews are typically used to collect data from the person about his or her experience with the phenomenon. The second approach is grounded theory, which focuses on developing new theory or expanding existing theory. It uses constant comparative method to analyze qualitative data of various kinds. Grounded theory was developed by Glaser and Strauss and recently has been described within a more postmodernist framework by Kathy Sharmas. Grounded theory uses a three-pronged approach to coding and analysis that centers on an inductive approach that allows the researcher to build theory that is derived from the data. Another type of qualitative approach is ethnography, which focuses on how culture and context affect the lives of a group of people. The group's beliefs, values, traditions, behaviors, and language are explored over time to enable the researcher to tell their story or create a picture of how the group interacts. Participant observation is typically used along with in-depth interviews and document analysis in ethnographic studies. Case studies are another approach used in qualitative research. It may be that you want to study a bounded unit such as a person, a building, or an organization of some type. In this situation, you might find the case study design to be helpful. It is frequently used in single subjects research when exploring one case in depth or when comparing two cases. Oral histories or narratives are another type of qualitative research. They require that the researcher interview the participant in depth to learn as much as possible about the participant's life. These studies are usually conducted as a collaborative effort between researcher and participant. The point of oral histories is to learn the stories that make up the participant's life and to give a voice to the participant. Qualitative research has progressed through what Denson and Lincoln call moments of research. The first moment they describe is called the traditional period, which occurred from the beginning of the 20th century until about the time of World War II. During this phase, qualitative research focused on understanding the foreign or strange through description and interpretation, such as the research carried out by Malinowski in ethnography and by the Chicago School in sociology. The second moment is the Modernist Phase, which took place from World War II until the 1970s, during which time qualitative research was made more formal. The third moment, which carries this research into the 1980s, is that of blurred genres. Denson and Lincoln labeled this phase as blurred genres because of the variety of paradigms and theoretical frameworks that were available to qualitative researchers, such as symbolic interaction, ethnomethodology, and semiotics. The fourth moment is the crisis of representation of the mid-1980s, in which the emphasis was on interpretation and presentation of findings. It focused on the construction of different versions of reality. For example, a person might respond differently, depending upon whether the question was asked when the action occurred or at a much later time in that person's life. The person might also respond differently, depending upon who asked the question and how the question was phrased. So, representation of multiple realities became an important issue in the development of qualitative research. Denson and Lincoln claimed that the fifth moment, in the 1990s, saw a shift from the emphasis on theories to narratives, or to theories read as narratives. The sixth moment focuses on post-experimental writing that links qualitative research to policy, and the seventh moment is the future of qualitative research. Doing qualitative research is more than a series of steps you carry out. It's a craft that requires practice, and yes, it involves carefully implemented techniques, but it is more than that. You might begin to think of it as exploring a landscape that you will need to describe to someone else who has not had the advantage of viewing it. You would want to describe that landscape to its fullest, and how you view it may be different from how someone else views it, so you would want multiple perspectives to enhance your description. Your ability to gather data that informs your study is determined, in part, by your ability to be open, willing to listen, and interested in the topic. The quality of data you gather is also affected by your ability to interpret various forms of communication, verbal and nonverbal. Okay, that is probably enough for today. I hope you will continue your study of qualitative research and find something in what I've said that will stimulate you to read further on these topics. Bye for now.